Well, naturally, I suppose to introduce myself, my name, probably put a picture, probably say a little bit about myself, explain about myself. Since this subject is horrifying and terrifying subject, unfortunately, it is terrifying and horrifying picture um, subject. So I'm avoiding of putting my pictures. I'm avoiding of putting my name in this type of videos. Now, the other types of video like cooking and food and art, I usually put my name there, and sometimes I include pictures. Now, the main subject is remotely neural monitoring, that I'm suspecting that the upstairs neighbor involved. In my other videos, I even said their names, the brother, the sister. As much as I know their brother and sister, I'm not even sure they are. And I believe surrounding neighbor, I believe the management here involved, I believe the homeowner association involved, I believe the community involved, probably the town, the state, and the city. Now, since I came from Israel, I think some Israelis participating in it. Now, since it's technology and it's patented with different type of methods that is going to take me hours and hours and hours to explain it, so I'm not going to sit right now and explaining that. But during the year, all these years that I was abused, tortured, harassed, to the point that there is some days I plan something like traveling or doing some errand or taking a walk or gathering with the family or going out to eat or for some kind of event, even concert or play or anything like that. In certain time, during the last 8 year, I believe 8 year, I canceled a lot of those events. Now, since this subject it's extremely complicated. It's one of the most complicated subjects I ever knew in my life. Psychological warfare, psychological remotely warfare, psychological remotely harassment, psychological remotely torturing, neurological remotely torturing, neurological remotely harassment and abuse. Now, since I found out this subject is very disturbing, very distracting, I kind not able to find the word. I kind not able to find how to explain it, how to put words in it. I just can tell you is it's the worst things on face of earth. It's the worst. Now, I believe some people dealing with cancer and some issue that they are extraordinary and they are very outside of this planet, like cancer and like a chronic sickness and like different type of situation, wars and people suffering and people living outside of the house. due to disaster, natural disaster, and stuff like that. I know that there is some other stuff in the world that they are worse than that, but by far, remotely neural monitoring, psychological harassment, remotely psychological harassment done quietly and done in silence. You can't even bring evidence. You can't even come to a lawyer, to an attorney, to a firm, to an office and tell them, look what they are doing to me. Look what they are doing to me. Those methods are sadistic, are masochistic. Those methods, I kind of believe that humans don't have the heart to do that, but I'm a proof. I'm a real, honestly, real proof that those exist, and those methods that are, yeah, I'm talking, yes, I'm speaking, yes, I'm walking, yes, I'm seeing, but I can't explain to you that I was seeing 10,000 times better, that I was walking 10,000 times better, that I was seeing 10,000 times better, I was speaking and talking 10,000 better, singing 10,000 better before this harassment, remotely neural monitoring harassment. How I know that it's happening? I know. It's devastating me as an artist who draw faces of people like piece of cake for me. Now I'm seeing in the picture in a magazine, and I said to myself, dang it, I used to do it like piece of cake. I used to draw it, and not just drawing it, you can see that my drawing is different from other people. It's like I have my fingerprint on him. You know that this is my art. You can mix it with other, because it's I believe every artist have his own signature. And when I say signature, I'm talking not how he sign his name. That when you see his art or her art, you know that this is such and such and such art. That's how you know. Like Chagall, you recognize this is art. Like Van Gogh, you know, this is his art. Like Degas, you know, this is his art. And so on and so on. Mine, it's the same thing, but I'm seeing few pictures in a magazine and I say, I like to draw those. I love the picture. I like the faces. I like whoever there in the magazine, and I want to draw it. I don't know if I can explain what I'm trying to explain here. I don't know if you understand how much damage they're doing to me. They're still doing to me. They're still doing to me. They're still doing to me. I know that somebody remotely monitoring. I know that. And I know that they're harassing certain people to harass me. Can you imagine that? They're harassing certain people to harass me. They're drawing me. They're like, the feeling is like somebody, humongous subject holding your head from the two sides and don't let you leave. Then don't let you breathe, don't let you live, don't let you walk, don't let you do, don't let you function, don't let you think, don't let you think free, do things free. I believe the Maxine who live above me, they're participating. Why I believe so? Because they're low life people, and they never leave my sight. They don't leave me alone. They're not leaving me alone. They're not leaving me alone for 1 second. I believe they are participating, and if they are not the ones participating, so there is surrounding neighbor, maybe the homeowner association a crew, whoever they are. I don't want to get to a detail. I know who they are. I'm not going to get to a details here. Maybe the management involved. Now, since I came from Israel and my native language is Hebrew, I hear it just in Hebrew, and I don't know why. Listen, this patent, it takes two ways. If they hear you, they spy on you, they follow you, they remotely you, they tracking you, guess what? The target individual also hear everything they're doing. It takes both ways. If they use radio frequency on you, and they hear your, like hearing cell phone, they hear your brainwave, brain cell, your thoughts. They don't read thoughts. They can't read mine. They can't read thoughts. They hear it. They hear it like they hear it in the cell phone. They don't read mine, and they don't read thoughts. They hear it. They hear it like in a cell phone. I don't know what they did to me. I don't know. But they did to me the worst ever exist. Now, when there is a war, let's say Russia-Ukraine, I give you just example. I give you a sample. If this is like Russia, Ukraine, it's a fact. It's out there. You see it. It's a proof. You see it in the news. You see it in the internet. You see it in the social media. There is evidence. There is a war, and people suffering, and people leaving houses, and people throwing away, and people getting hurt. Now, if somebody have cancer, forbidden, there is a proof. There is a diagnosis that the doctor giving you a proof, such and such and such and such happening. And so on and so on. If you have a natural disaster, there is evidence. You see it. There is a proof. There is a natural disaster. There is a tornado. People leaving their houses, people leaving their place, people leaving their town, and there is suffering, and so on and so on and so on. Those are disasters that they have a proof. There is evidence. You see it in social media. You see it in life. People really seeing it. But why I am concentrating on this subject, remote neural monitoring, psychological remotely monitoring and warfare. Why I am concentrating on that? First, because I'm myself target individual, and second, because this is the worst crime on face of earth. And why is it the worst crime? Because there is no way on earth you can, as as person as me, who don't know a lot about it, who don't understand the subject, like going to school and learning that or something like that, I know it from me being the victim, me being the target individual. Some people say, I don't want to be called a victim. Well, it's a fact. It's not that I ask for it. It's not that I want it. It's happening. And why I call it the worst? I tell you why. Because as an average person, a citizen of United States, I am a citizen of United States, and I don't do drug, and I'm not a criminal, and I don't abuse alcohol. I don't even smoke. And here I am, a person like me, a mother of 5 children, a single mother of 5 children, not able to bring evidence and not able to bring a proof to the social media, to the world, to the people, to the planet, to UN, to the doctor. Even the doctor, I told her, probably I have an implant. She told me, try to spot if you have any bump. I told her, as far as I know, I don't recognize no bumps on my body. As far as I know, I don't think I have it. Because there is no outstanding bump that I know of. So they do it differently. They do it through DNA. They do it through EEG, that it's the brainwave. When somebody wants to hack, let's say, a health report of you or medical report from you, they can hack it. And since I came from Israel, I know that they're pretty good about those things. They are the top of the top of the top. They are the best deep secret service ever exist, and deep security ever exist on the planet. I don't think there is other country who know the tricks of Israeli tricks. Why I'm blaming them? I'm blaming them because when they are having a war there, and I'm sympathize with them because I have relatives there, I have all my brother and sister there and all my family there in Israel. When I'm sympathize with what they're going through and the suffering, because I spent time there. I was in Mivtzait and I felt it on my body, how I ran to the mamad and I ran when I was in the street shopping and stuff like that. I was running and from place to place to hide from the rackets and airstrikes and from what they call it, Qassams and missiles. I was there shopping when it's happened, and I almost got hit one time. The Qassam missed me by 10 minutes, a few minutes. But anyway, my point is I'm involving other things. But my point is, whoever doing it to me, they have a tremendous knowledge of the underground secret police, the underground secret security, the underground secret police. Now they probably are crooks. I'm assuming they're crooks. They have knowledge, they have tremendous knowledge in this field, and they're crooks. They're corrupted and they're crooks. Now, I'm not saying that people who is professional, who don't want to hurt human doing it. I'm saying about criminals doing it. pure and simple. And I know that the upstairs neighbor, they are involved with the Israeli security because their aunt was working in Beersheba in the deep, deep secret police in Beersheba, in Ben Gurion, Beersheba. And I'm not going to say names in these points because it's already overwhelming just to hear all what I'm saying in one freaking 2 minutes. What is my tension? What is my tension? Now, I'm not putting my name, I'm not putting my picture, I'm not putting. Uh, it's not for a glamour, even that I love glamour and I love art and I love cooking. It's not, this is not my attention. My attention is to stop it. I can't explain to you, and I can't explain to you, and I can't explain to you what a tremendous, tremendous pain and tremendous suffering to have somebody shaking your brainwave, shaking your brain cell, shaking your head 24/7, 365, 360-degree for many, many, many years. I can't tell you how bad it is. I can't. I got to a conclusion, there is no word to explain it. Now, it was a certain time in my life when I start to feel that it's happening, because it's happening since 2009. I believe the harassment and the abuse started before that, before 2009, but I start to feel it and recall in 2009 since the Maxine fell. I'm not even sure if this is the real name, really. They probably using fake name, because she called herself, before I knew what she's up to, he or her, I'm not even sure what she is. Before I figure out what she's up to, I understood that she have different names, and she lived in different states. I think she lived in San Antonio before, in Michigan or Chicago or something like that. When I figure out what she's up to, I figure out that she's connected with no good stuff, probably dealing with human trafficking, dealing with identity theft, dealing with probably selling identity. Probably. I don't know why they're doing it. Who want somebody else's identity? You have your own identity. Why you need somebody else's identity? I don't know why people even doing it. I never understand that, and I never understood that, and I never will understand that. But it's a fact. There is people who doing it for a living. Now, meantime, we're talking about a human life here. We're talking about a human life. You have a sympathy, you have a feeling, you have emotion. No, you don't. No, you don't. Whoever involved with doing it, whoever involved with participating of torturing an innocent human being, who torturing a single mother of 5 who did nothing wrong to no one, they deserve to be punished the way that I'm going through. And every time I'm doing a recording like that in English, I said, dang it, I'm supposed to do it in Hebrew because they communicate with me in Hebrew. They're arresting me in Hebrew. They're torturing me in Hebrew. They're saying stuff like put me down and saying stuff in Hebrew. I'm not sure. I can't recognize the voices. They sound like different people that I know. They sound sometimes like relatives that I know. Sometimes they sound like neighbors that I know. Sometimes they sound like people that I know. But I can't say it 100% because with computer and with remote neural monitoring, they can mimic different names. They can hide under different names and different voice. Let's say somebody from Modin or Shin Bet or Shabak or whatever, one of those Mossad or whatever they are, they want it to be under, let's say, my sister voice or my relative voice or brother-in-law voice or sister-in-law voice. They have the equipment to do that. So I hear the voice, but I'm not sure who they are because they can. I'm stopping for a second because I'm hearing somebody mumbling and chewing and whispering, and this is the pervert. There is that one too. It's the worst, actually, because when you are tired, you want to eat, you want to take a nap, you want to sleep, you want to do your own craft, your own things, bidding, art, whatever you feel like doing, taking a walk, want to relax, want to spend time with family, whatever the case, all of a sudden you hear that mumbling. And whispering is the worst. I can't describe to you. If that person was front of me, I punch him. I punch his face so hard. If that person that doing that arousing, hold on, how much you can arouse human? How much? Like gazillion time a day, like trazillion time a day, like bazillion time a day. How much you can arouse a human being? It's not that I'm freaking machine. It's not that I'm freaking robot. I want my life back. I wanted to take an arc in his mind. I'm not joking. I'm not even freaking joking. I wish he was a joke. I wish he was fake. I wish he was delusional. It's not. This is the worst suffering I ever. And listen, me and my ex-husband, I'm the reason I'm speaking like that is because I don't want to put too much detail, but it was very, very unique marriage. Because when we was good, we was the best. But when we was bad, we was the worst. And sometime I was thinking that whoever put me in this program, it's the in-laws, one in New York and one in Florida and one in Israel. I have a bunch of them. They don't have nothing against me. I don't have nothing against them. But back then, when the ex-husband fell sick and he was suffering from different sickness, they was blaming me of everything when he didn't even was around, when he didn't even was with me. And I'm trying to tell him when he got sick, he actually didn't was around. He got sick when he was outside of the house, when he's not no longer was with me. But go and convince them that in million year you are not able to convince them. In million year. In million year. Because when whatever they want to think, so you are the witch and we don't like you and that's it. It doesn't matter that I'm trying to convince them that I was the best for the family and for the children and for the husband, and I try my best. I try as much as I can. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I try to convince and convince. I found out they hate you, and it doesn't matter how much you go to convince them, they go to hate you. Now, my question is, why an average innocent mother of 5 need to go through that? Why? It's worse than the death row. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse 10,000 times worse than a death row. It's worse. They killed me. I consider it 24 years ago, they killed me. Because I started to see the abuse and the harassment and the street theater and the skits. In the beginning, it was very, very mellow. In the beginning, it didn't was, first I didn't even notice it. I didn't even know that they are doing it. I didn't even notice it that they are doing it in the beginning. It took me a few years back to see back and see, that's what they was doing, Like when I'm going shopping and I'm taking a walk, and all of a sudden you see like 2 humongous black, fat, young girls. Let's say I'm giving you example. They're fighting in front of me like they are arguing with one each other, and they're talking about subject that, let's say, earlier I was talking about, or something like that. I give you example, the street theater, how that work, okay? And sorry, they don't must to be black. They can be white. They can be Spanish. They can be any other race. I'm just giving you sample. I'm just giving you example. Don't get me in that sentence. Listen, if I didn't need to deal with psychological, neurological warfare that I'm going through, that I am the target individual, that I feel it on my body, I feel it on my head, I feel it in my body, I feel it in my ears, I feel it in my brain, I feel it in my legs, I feel it in my hands, and it's going to take me 10 years just to explain to you and describe to you the pain that I went through. I had days that I was taking a walk across the street just to grab, let's say, conditioner, shampoo, and stuff like that. Let's say, I give you example. And I was feeling like my legs not going to take me. I'm not going to make it. That bad. And I'm not talking about it that I'm walking and all of a sudden I can't breathe. And I'm not talking about it that I'm walking and all of a sudden I feel like my head spinning, like I'm disoriented. They are mapping, wiping, and spying and tracking the brainwave. What worse can be? What worse can be? You see people that are like 70, 80 years old. They're happy, smiling, very, very alert, very, very functioning, can cook, can travel, can go places, can dance, can party, go places, enjoying, go cruise, doing this, doing that, very active, going places, meeting friends, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, in one day you see them like vegetables. I tell you, what is it? The remote neural monitoring, destroying the brain, destroying the brain, destroying the brain, destroying the brain cell, destroying the brain wave, destroying the nervous system, destroying the body, destroying the health, destroying everything. I never had those issues before. In 2009, I felt something weird after my ex-husband come and visit here. All of a sudden, like from nowhere, he came up. All of a sudden, he remembered that he have children somewhere. It started to happening. Now in social media, I see the term smear campaign and flying monkeys. I don't even know where that term come from. There is different version. It's came like from freaking ancient something. I don't know, and I don't care really. But it's maybe this. I don't know. I myself don't know. The only thing I know that I'm going through hell. I want my head back. I want my brain back. I want to function. I want to sort my stuff. I want to clean my house. I want to organize my stuff. And I distract you and 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 disturb you and harassing you and remotely and spying and following and tracking and monitoring and snooping, and it's never, 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 never end. Never end. So some people they call it electronic harassment. Some people they call it psychological warfare. Some people they call it direct energy weapon. Some people call it Havana syndrome. I call it Denver syndrome. It's worse than that. It's worse than Havana syndrome. They damage me so bad that in 2009 I told my children I can't even freaking sign my name. It was that bad. Now, I honestly, I suggest, and I'm advising for people who are not experiencing that and don't know, please don't listen to that. Please. Just don't listen to that. Because first, I don't wish it on nobody. It's the worst. It's worse than a prison, worse than death, worse than natural disaster, worse than war, worse than anything. And when you're trying to the authority coming and telling them that, they fell from the chair. They don't even freaking know what I'm saying. I think that in 2009, I talked with the FBI agent like 3 or 4 times. They disappear. I don't know. I tried to contact them a few times after. They kept telling me they're no longer working there. They're no longer agent here. They're no longer, they moved to another place, and so on and so on. It's a disturbing subject. It's a disturbing subject. It's distracting. And worse than everything is when you try to come to an attorney or try to come to a lawyer or whoever they are, they say, is this is like accident? Is this is like a car accident? Is this like injury? Is this is because they want evidence? The worst things about this issue that you can't record it. You can't unless you want to go through series of medical uh, checking and medical test and medical exam, and it's not even guaranteed that they can prove it, because they can say, oh, something wrong with that, something wrong with this, something wrong with that, but give me a proof that it's actually from remotely harassment, from direct energy weapon, from electronic harassment, from abuse. And I don't think they're capable of doing that. And if they are, probably it's going to take years and years and years. By then, you're probably becoming a vegetable. I thought about talking with a private investigator, but from what I'm hearing everywhere, from stories, from social media, from internet, from TV, from even from movies, it's always the moment you are contacting private investigator, it's always end up in tragedy. Always. There is always victim, and there is always a tragedy. Either something happened to the lawyer, either something happened to investigator, either something happened to the people who is investigating, either something happened to the target individual, either something happened to the relative or close relative or related, or something always happen. He get from some weird reason, he get crumbled, he get complicated, he get misunderstood and misunderstanding, and then the tragedy took taking place. Somebody wanted me dead from long time ago. Somebody aim on me, concentrate on me, following me, tracking me, snooping on me, tracking me, spying on me, monitoring me, tracking me because they want me dead or gone. They didn't got it, so they start the abuse. Many times I thought it's my ex-husband or the sister-in-law or the upstairs neighbor. I'm sure 100% the upstairs neighbor involved. I'm sure 100%. Because it started to happen really clearly when they moved to live above me. Now, I think like smear campaign and flying monkey, it's probably participating like 30, 40 people, probably even Israeli in Israel via satellite, participating for money or for a favor or for they get stuff. I don't know what is it. Get clothes, they get stuff, they get things, they get. Do you think I know what they want? I don't have a clue what they want. In the beginning, the harassment started with in Hebrew language because everything in Hebrew. I'm saying it in English. It's because it's international language, but I actually supposed to say it in Hebrew because the people who communicating with me, it's in Hebrew. I supposed to do this recording in Hebrew, and I have like 30 or 40 recording in Hebrew. I have a lot recording in Hebrew on the same and on the same subject, yeah, on the same subject. Now, in the beginning, I start to hear when the harassment and the abuse start on me, I start to hear Azevel, 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 Azevel. They want my stuff. They want my stuff. I know, I remember in some point, listen, I lived here more than 35 years in Denver, Colorado, around this neighborhood, 80222, not necessarily in Golden Smith, but just lately in the last 14 years, I live in Golden Smith. But before I used to own a house that I lost. I used to have a humongous storage that I lost because this abuse. I didn't understood back then what's going on. I didn't understood that actually there is a psychological warfare going on me and some neurological warfare going on me. I didn't understood that because from what I understand, everybody being tracked. That's what I figured that out. Is just some people aware of it and some people not aware of it. So back then I used to hear הזבל, הזבל, הסבלים מחכים לזבל, הסבלים מחכים לזבל, הסבלים. I don't have no business with זבל. I don't have no business with סבלים. I don't have no business with משלוחים. משלוחים, it's shipment. The sabalim waiting for shipment, the worker waiting for shipment, the worker working for shipment. And I was, what shipment? I don't have no freaking shipment company. I don't have no freaking workers. I don't have nothing like that. My sister-in-law and my ex-husband used to have, or still actually, it's still active, a home improvement company in Miami, Florida, but I don't have nothing to do with it. And I don't want to do nothing with it. So they mixed me because the last name, and because I was married to him, they mixed me in something that I don't have a clue what is all about. I don't have a slice of a clue what is all about. Because they're assuming that this is the same last name, she was married to him, come on, which has her. They don't care that I didn't freaking see him more than 20 years, that he's not in my life, that I don't have nothing to do with it, that I don't know nothing about it. Here it is, I'm hearing my sister again. Overall, I got to a conclusion. I probably don't know how to say it in English, but I got to a conclusion that this is a smear campaign from hell and smear campaign for blackmailing on steroid, smear campaign of ransom on steroid, non-stop, day and night. Even a slice of a second, they don't let me live, breathe. I hear them when I'm taking shower. I hear them when I'm in the bathroom. I hear them when I'm in the kitchen. I hear them when I'm taking a flight. I hear them when I'm doing shopping. I hear them when I am taking a walk. I hear them wherever I am. Before I thought maybe it's a drone, maybe it's an airplane, maybe it's Air Force, maybe it's some type of operation on me. It's not that I'm freaking Russia. It's not that I'm freaking Ukraine. It's not that I'm freaking Korea. It's not that I'm freaking South Africa. Why somebody wanted to put operation on me? It is operation. It's feel like that. It's feel like agenda of group of people of 40, 50, 60, who knows, from Florida, from New York, from Israel, from Denver, doing operation on me. And I don't have even one single crime, not even 1% of crime, ever in my life. Like I say all the time, 100 times before in my recording, I don't have even traffic ticket. My question is why? So you don't like me, so what? I don't like a lot of people, but I'm not sitting day and night, 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 and torturing them. But that person, especially that pervert, he doesn't leave my ear alone. Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever doesn't leave my brainwave and my sight alone. And I think it's the upstairs neighbor because they don't leave my sight. Either the upstairs neighbor or the management or the president of homeowner association, or related or connected, or in Israel, or relatives, or people that I know and people that I don't know. But why? My question is why? This is why I'm saying the remotely neurological and psychological warfare, it does more damage than help. It does way, 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 way more damage than help. I don't know really what remote neural monitoring does. But in my case, it's abusing me, it's harassing me, it's torturing me, it's following me, it's snooping on me, spying on me, monitoring me, tracking me. Don't leave me, don't give me 1 second to breathe, don't give me 1 second to think. So, what is good about it? Nothing. I used to think more clearly. I used to at least sort stuff. I used to more organize things. I used to know what I'm doing when I'm drawing, when I'm painting. I know what I'm heading to do. They scramble everything. It's like they take brainwave and they're freaking scrambling to the point that you don't know even what you're doing. I can't fight it because if I go to authority and tell them such and such and such and such and such, like I said, they fell from their chair. Or I go to lawyer, the same thing. They ask me the first thing, where is the evidence? How I'm going to give them evidence of remote neural monitoring that I myself don't know how they are doing it. It's like somebody using remotely app on me and I need to prove who is doing it. How the hell I'm going to prove that? This why I'm not sure exactly what I'm aiming on. and towards what I'm planning on doing. This why I want it. I don't know if the word working, because I can't even freaking work now. To do something about it, that to avoid it first, for me not to feel it ever again, and for other victim who's going through that, to because in social media I saw a lot of cases of people that are crying their heart out, crying day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night, just innocent citizen, innocent human being, innocent human being, innocent resident and citizen crying their heart out how they're touching them remotely. And that's what they're doing to me. They are remotely neural touching me. There is no other word to say it differently. I want them to stop. I want them to stop. I hear the transmitting, so don't tell me it's delusional and I'm thinking about it and it's imaginary. It's nothing here imaginary. It's real as real it can be. Not delusional and no imaginary. It's real. I don't know exactly if I have enough power to fight it, because I don't think I have that power. I don't think I'm by myself can do it. But maybe 10,000 people who is going through that, fighting this, it's worse than pandemic. It's worse than COVID, because COVID, at least, you know that it exists. You know that you have fever, you know that you're sick, you know that you're taking medication, you know that it's physical, you have a proof, you have evidence that you're sick. But with this situation, you can't even prove it. I don't have the tools to do it. I don't. I don't have the tools to prove it, and I don't have the tools to bring evidence and tell a lawyer, listen, those are my evidence. I don't have it. I just know that some creatures sitting and whispering and blubbering and saying stuff, like the most, when I'm aggravated, the most that I'm suffering, the most that I'm in a deep sleep, when I am taking a nap, they start the blasting and blasting and blasting, and start to blast the head, and start to blast the legs, and start to blast the hands. They start to, even the stomach, even the shoulders and the neck, and blasting and blasting and blasting to the point that you can't even sit. And I hear that, I don't know how to describe them, evil, vicious, mean, disgusting. Evil is the word. Evil is sadistic, yes, sadistic is the word, sadistic, evil, vicious. Those are the words that I can a little bit describe them, because they are worse than that. Now, beside hearing all those vicious, evil, and sadistic people, I don't know if they're people. I don't know what they are. I hear also the people who crying and screaming and whining and crying, crying, real cry. It's not fake cry, that they are hurting them to harass me. I mean, there is group of people who is running this agenda, harassing and torturing people to harass me. And I think they're drying me because every 10 minutes I need to drink some liquid. Again, I'm hearing my sister. In Israel, they're supposed to be sleeping now because they're ahead of us like 9 hours. So let's say if here it's 1 or 2, there it's probably like 10, 12, 11. They're asleep basically. But I hearing them, and they have knowledge in Modi'in, in Mossad, and Shabak, and Shin Bet. I am saying Israeli involved. What is their attention? I don't know. Why they are doing it to me? I don't know. How I explain to them million, trillion times that it's killing me, they don't care. They don't care. I told them it's hurting me. I told them I'm suffering. I told them it's blasting my head. It's bombarding my brain to the point that I don't know what I'm doing. Stop harassing me. Stop. I sound strong and I sound like powerful maybe or something, but they put me to the point that I can't even function. I have a lot of events, a lot during the last few years, a lot of events that I needed to cancel because I couldn't make it. I missed a lot in my life because that. Sometimes I call them and I say, I'm sorry, I can't come, I am not going, I can't, because such and such and such. They're not going to understand this. So I telling them, no, I'm not feeling well, my head hurting, such and such, just to don't go because I couldn't. A flight that it was piece of cake for me, now it's a mission impossible. There is no end to this subject. There is no end. There is no end. All the time that they are doing it, all the time that they are harassing me, torturing me, remotely neural monitoring me, broadcasting me, all the time that they are doing it, I be suffering. I be miserable and I'll be suffering. It doesn't matter how much money I go to have. It doesn't matter who I'm going to marry. It doesn't matter who I'm going to date. It doesn't matter who is my friends, where I live. It doesn't matter. The death row is already there. They already put the death row on me when I did nothing wrong ever in my life. It's worse than a death row because they're killing you 1,000 times a day. So I'm being hated but by somebody. He's probably a pervert, probably a psychopath, probably, I don't know. He's a psychopath for sure. Because why you are going and torturing an innocent mother of 5 who did no wrong to you ever in your life? Do you think they're going to find them and punish them? I promise you they never will. I promise you they never will. They've been sent to kill me, and they never be found until they kill me. I was seeing in social media a lot, forbidden, but a lot of targeted individuals. They are no longer with us. They die before their time, of course, because they was like 20, 30, 40. They was young. And some of them, I read their story in Facebook. Some of them in Facebook, some of them in the media, some of them in social media. I read about them. I don't know them personally, but I was reading their stories. And some of them, they're the sweetest, the most innocent, sweet people I ever knew. And I'm not going to get to the details here because I read it at least about at least 10 to 12 people. And I know their story through the social media. And they're the most innocent. Some of them disabled. Some of them, they're innocent, vulnerable, the most vulnerable, sweet people and disabled that they are torturing them like torturing an animal. Some of them no longer with us. They die before their time because they abuse the constant abuse, remotely psychological warfare, constant psychological warfare, until in some point they died. I don't know if they die from the pain, from the remotely harassment, or from some complication due to the harassment, due to the torturing. They say, oh, he just had COVID and he had heart attack and he had such and such, or cancer or something. They come up with something. But no, that due to remote psychological warfare that they was on and on then for years and years until they couldn't take it anymore. They're not leaving me alone. I hear the transmitting, I hear it. It's like psh, 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 psh. It's like a machine. It doesn't stop. It's never stop. I hear it. It's blowing my brain, but they don't care. Like I say, I believe the upstairs neighbor involved, either them or surrounding neighbor. They need to be close by. Either close by or either connected via satellite or either through drone, through airplane, through... I don't know how they do it. I don't have a clue how they do it. If I knew it, I probably was finding them. Even the people, even the companies who have those equipment, they don't know how it's done. Some people, they own companies of those equipment and tools, and they don't know how it's done. I don't know why I hear Hebrew. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know because I hear just Hebrew, 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 Hebrew. Maybe they are victims too. Maybe they are themselves victims. It can be. The other line I hear, I'm saying the other line, I'm talking through brainwaves. I hear Hebrews and I hear some of them crying and screaming. I hear them. I hear them. I hear them. It means they are suffering too. Listen, whatever is the case, I can tell you, I can talk another 10 years about it nonstop. I assure you that I can do it. I can. But does that mean that I can explain it? No, I can't. It's a trap. It's the worst trap in the world. It's a trap. They want you out without nothing, without a dime, without money, without your stuff, without your belonging, without nothing, like that. So they can take the belonging, they can take the stuff, they can take the knickknack, the stuffed animal. I don't know what they're looking for. And here it is. They get freaking property, and then what? So you destroy the human life, you destroyed their life, you destroyed their health, you destroyed the existence of humanity. For what? To get what? What exactly to get? Rich from me, you are not going to be. So, what you're going to get? I'm still saying whoever doing it is sadistic, is probably masochist too. And he is evil and vicious. That's what I have to say. Otherwise, I don't know why they're after me, what they want. What they want. Whatever they want, they're looking in the wrong place. Because I'm not going to date an abuser, I'm not going to date a sadistic, and I'm not going to be out with a person that I think he is vicious and evil. Period. I went through that enough. I don't need that. I don't think I can blog as it's supposed to be in a website, and I don't think I can respond to people who going to write in a website. I don't think I'm going to do that. There is 100 reasons why. I really don't want really to participate in it. From 100 reasons, from 100 reasons. I don't want to show my face. I am avoiding to put my real name in that specific website. And since I had this checking because they're doing the remotely neural monitoring caused me shaking. I don't even want it to be in a video. So, yeah, the creature that I think is the ex-husband wanted me that bad to happen to me. The ex-husband and the in-laws, he wanted me that bad to happen to me, that bad. From a attractive woman, he wanted me to be like disabled, who can't even appear in a video. Everybody tell me, smile, smile, smile. You have deep dimple and you're so pretty and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking inside myself, exactly for what occasion? When they're killing you inside, you don't want even to smile. And that's what they wanted. But oh well. For those type of video, I probably, like I say, I'm not going to respond to whatever comment, to whatever people writing. It's not going to be a response from my behalf. And it's not necessarily going to be a blog unless I want to put some writing there, or unless I wanted to add specific things that I'm trying to explain. Even I tell you from the beginning, I'm not capable of explaining nothing, not that subject. I probably communicate, if I communicate in writing there, like putting maybe some article or some writing, it's probably going to be in English, and probably I'll also write in Hebrew. It's not going to be a regular website that you communicate with people. It's going to be a website that I'm trying to put facts about a situation, not necessarily blogging and not necessarily responding to whatever people want to write. They can write whatever they want, whatever they think, whatever they. I already figure out people. When they're against you, they're going to write something bad. Probably they are the people who think opposite of you. If they like you, they're going to write something good. The people who know about this. So I'm expecting to hear everything, and I heard that before, so I don't even care what they're going to write, because they're going to be the people who is opposite of me. So I don't care. Like people who is target individual, they write to them, you need a therapist, you need a psychiatrist, you need blah, blah, blah. You know why they write that? Because the psychiatrist is trying to make money of you. I am giving you example. So I don't mind whatever they're writing. I don't care. They probably don't know what is it, so they write stuff. And I don't care too. I assure you that I know what I'm going through. I assure you that I know what I'm going through. I assure you that I know what I'm going through. And it is technology. It is remote neural monitoring. It is electronic harassment. It is remote psychological warfare. It is technology. and it's remotely. I don't know if this is a mission, what I'm trying to do. I don't know if this is a work because I can't even work now, because I barely function now. I don't know if this is a goal for me. It's just a piece of trying to understand what people going through and you don't know about. And if I able to stop it or avoid it or make sure that certain people being stopped or harassing them or torturing them or remotely abusing them or remotely stop whispering to them and telling them, I save it, I save it. And those are the good words. I don't want to tell you what is the bad words because there is no end to it. I always thought the upstairs neighbor, she's creepy, very much creepy to me. Beside other people that I think they're involved. And they're saying it just in Hebrew. I don't even want to repeat what the bad word they're saying. This is why I'm thinking it's a pervert. Because the bad words, there is no end to it because they said gazillion time a day, especially when you are about to go to sleep. It's probably the in-law involved, probably my sister involved, probably upstairs neighbor involved, probably surrounding neighbor involved. It's a mission impossible just to find who put me in it. And if you put me in it, how idiot he is or she is. I don't know if I ever found them. And I want more to know why than I actually wanted more to understand why than found them. And I'm not even speaking about the subject that it's called mobbing community and they mob when I take a walk or get out or and they're showing me here is the bags and we took it, we just got out from your place and so on and so on. I don't want it. It's going to take me hours and hours and hours just explain the mobbing community. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst. You're going and getting stuff for your children, for your freaking memorabilia, pictures, stuff, art, things that you are collecting, document, clothes, things, stuffed animal, figurine, and all of a sudden somebody decide to snoop on you and see everything you're collecting and take it from you. I consider it one of the worst things that they are doing too. But like I say, it's going to take me freaking zillion hours to talk about it too. I thought Lakid involved, I thought DARPA involved, I thought the community involved, I thought management involved, I thought homeowner association involved, I thought Shin Bet involved, Modin involved, and I can show you even the connection. I can show you the connection. Like I say, I can. I more wanted to find out why than to find out who they are. Believe it or not, I wanted to find out why more than to find out who they are. Because who they are, I probably never found, not in my lifetime. But why? I wanted to know.